Thanks for getting through the traffic. I drove here, and on the way here, I saw a bumper sticker on a car, and it said, "Tell your girlfriend I said thanks." Isn't that a little personal for a bumper sticker, really? A bumper sticker should be like, "Hey, I'm in front of you," whatever, you know. Not, "Hey, I fucked your girlfriend." You want that on your car all day for whoever's behind you? Tell your girlfriend I said thanks. How does he know I'm not behind him just getting mad and crazy, taking it personal, motherfucker? I follow him home. I get out of my car in his driveway with a pipe. What the fuck does that mean? Thank her for what exactly? Wait a minute, you fucked my girlfriend? Then you made that bumper sticker and found me in traffic and got in front of me? Motherfucker. And I just beat him to death with a pipe right there in his driveway. And jerk off on his corpse. Didn't need that part. Didn't need it. Story was totally complete without the jerking off on the corpse. It's too late. I was at a bar the other night, doesn't matter where because I'm lying, but People complicate this life shit. You know? Folks get all twisted up trying to figure out their life. I don't know what to do with my life. You know? Just like, like, what do I do? Like, with my life. You know? Just put food in here. That's it. That's it. Walk around and look for food. Just look for food. Anytime you see any food, just take it and put it in your mouth. Then, when you feel pressure in your ass, shit out the shit inside of your ass. If anybody tries to stop you from doing either of those two things, murder them. Do that until your body stops doing things. And then you're dead. I wonder how long I'm going to live. Sometimes I wonder, like, how old am I going to get? You never get to find out. You never get to know how long you lived. Everybody else knows except for you. Because you never get to say, okay, I'm dead, so 85. You don't get to have that thought. You never get to think, that's it, I'm done. You get to think, this is your last thought. You get to think, this is probably it. That's everybody's last thought. This totally feels like is it right here. Most people get to be 80. That's the average lifespan of an American. But we've got medical technology and research that we're putting in to make it go longer. We would like to live longer, wouldn't we? We'd like to live to 85. 5 more years. Wouldn't that be great? Well, let's be clear what you're getting there, though. You're getting 5 more years of life at the end. They go at the end. They don't shove over the old years and stick 5 cool new young years in the middle. You don't get new. Now I get to be 28, 29, and also 20 flidgetees and flenny shitting to the boo. No. You get to be almost dead for 5 more years. You get to be like, uncomfortably old. That kind of old where you don't even have a wallet anymore. Where's my wallet? Well, where are you going? What are you talking about? We threw your wallet away years ago. What, are you gonna go to the diarrhea store? You got plenty of free diarrhea here.
Difficult thing for our family. It destroyed our family.
Like,
my wife and I broke up
real?
over the stress of it.
Wow.
But my daughter's the greatest thing in my life, and we're all, it's just pure joy, but it's so hard. And it's extreme. And he was so respectful that it was breaking my heart. He never said, you filthy piece of shit. He just said, you're so wrong, you wouldn't believe it.
But it's like
you're so way off. You're spreading a thing that's really, really harmful. And I felt like such a piece of shit.
But he was making it real, and you're making it fun.
Yeah, like, but that guy might have
No, but I said, though, the one thing I said that was wrong, I don't like saying things that are just wrong. I mean, because it's not wrong that she has a retard making cunt, because that's what one came out of there. It's not a nice way of saying it.
It's not medical, but...
Of course not. Their technical jargon.
But, go ahead, Dr. Lou.
The thing that was wrong to say is that there's no challenges to having a Down syndrome baby. I just didn't know that. And, we always say reckless shit. Yeah. I don't care. I don't fact-check my comedy.
Sure. No, you shouldn't have
to. The goal is a laugh.
Just let it out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. The only thing is, that guy, he might have saved, because what he showed you was the passion that people feel about that, and it's like, they may have come at, like, that may have been a very helpful email in the long run. Like, sometimes you underestimate how frustrated people are with something, and then you hit it and they come after you, and it's fucking relentless.
The best thing would have been, like, 5 minutes later, get another email, go, I'm just fucking with you, with a picture of a beautiful daughter, just perfect.
Yeah. She's amazing.
This is my daughter. I'm just fucking with you. I don't care. I was laughing my balls off.
No, and I've gotten angry emails before, and I never care. It's not my lookout. Other people people choose what to get offended by. You know? Yeah. People get offended by... I had a funny moment at the Comedy Cellar. I did this joke about 9/11.
Oh, I don't go for that.
Oh, you see? You see? I was doing a story about when I was married. It was really about how being married, you're in trouble all the time. You feel like you're in trouble when you're married, Anthony.
Constantly.
I don't get that sense from you. You guys seem like you're okay.
Yeah, we're all right, man.
Yeah.
I wish I had
That's because you hit her, right? Because if you hit her, it's not.
Sometimes you got it.
So it goes the other way.
What's better than when you go to scratch your eye and they flinch?
But honestly, my old relationship, I could relate. Yeah, you walked around feeling like you were in trouble. So you're hitting on something.
So I was in L.A. and at 6 a.m, my hotel room phone rang. My phone rang, and my wife at the time was crying. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Did she find a phone sex bill? She can't talk. And I'm like, what is it? And then she tells me, turn on the TV, and it's both the World Trade Center towers are on fire. And I was like, woohoo! That's the only person.
Oh, shit.
That's the only person to be deeply relieved
that it wasn't something else.
That 2 planes were flown in the world.
Something wasn't. It wasn't
that America would never feel safe again.
That's a great show.
Anyway, I did it. I told that story at the Comedy Cellar, and this guy stood up in that little room and said, "That's not okay, man. It's not okay." And he walked out. So then I'm upstairs talking to Mark Maron, a comedian.
Yeah.
And I said, this guy told him the story, and I said, I hate people that pick the thing in the show. That's what I'm offended by, because I said all kinds of shit in that show, and he let it go, but that's his sensitivity. So I said it's really narcissistic of people to decide what they're going to be offended by. And Mark said, that's how insane it is that you're calling that guy a narcissist, when that joke is the most narcissist thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's only important
that you were pleased that thousands of people were dead because you weren't in trouble with your fucking wife, because you didn't know how to fucking face your wife.
Shit. That's really funny.
Once in a while, you get fucking shit. Like, I did a 9/11 joke. It was probably a year after, not even, and I was doing something, and it wasn't a knock on 9/11. It was like somebody misinterpreting it. But the woman in the audience...
It wasn't a knock on 9/11?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to insult 9/11.
Hey.
It was a brilliant program. I mean, it's one of the most successful things I've ever seen.
But it was one of those things where I knew the person was misinterpreting the point of the joke, and she was kind of like saying something, and the woman behind her was looking at me, and she was just shaking her head no, like don't.
Do
I started going after her, and the woman behind her was like, and I backed off, and then they told me after, like, yeah, her husband died, and so I was really happy I backed off, because I was going to make it a whole big thing like that, like, you fucking cunt, what the fuck, you don't mind me talking about rape,
right?
But once in a while you back off and you're happy you did. It's like, even though technically, all right, she was being annoying.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking to a group of people, and you could never be aware. You can't make people fill out a thing and then do a data report,
right?
Well, that's why anybody that calls or however they get in touch with us and they say something like, I'm a big fan of the show. I've been listening for years.
But that one
when
thing.
when you said this, and it's like, you listened for years. You know how many fucking people we probably upset over the years that weren't you? You fucking idiot.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But and a lot also some people get offended just because they I'm sure there's
It's too close to
9/11 victims who find that shit funny. There has to be.
That has to be, right.
A lot of times when we make fun of these things, we're just using them as in a context. Mm-hmm. The thing I said is about the misery. Marriage is so prohibitively constraining that a national disaster is good news.
It's not so much making light of the disaster, it's showing how awful marriage is.
It's also brutally honest.
Yeah.
A lot of people have felt relief at something that wasn't affecting them that was worse for other people. You were just being fucking ugly and naked and honest about it. That's the beauty
and look,
of it.
this is the most fucked up thing to say, but if you suffered
you could have stopped the attacks and didn't.
Yeah, I could have, but I wanted the bit. I had inside information. But I thought, God, that bit is so funny, I'm going to let it go. If you suffer directly or indirectly from something, you don't own it. You just don't.
No, you don't. You're right.
Unless your name is 9/11.
We have, all of us in here have goofed on things that have directly affected our lives.
Sure.
Personally affected our lives.
Of course.
And some of the things people know about, some they don't.
Yeah, but
whatever.
It's not
and
yours.
you just do it. It's not yours. It's not fucking, it's whatever it is. You put it over the air to make people laugh or think or whatever the fuck we're doing in here. But it's not, I'm not singling out all the people that this will offend. Hey, let me offend some people today with this. No, I'm going for the people that it doesn't affect.
If you took part in something or something, you suffered from something, that doesn't give you the right to, if it's a thing that happened in the war, especially something that happened to the whole country, you don't get to control who gets to say what about it. And by the way, you get to get offended about it. That's my main thing about people getting offended. Yeah, you got offended. So that gets to happen.
There's been
That's part of living on the earth.
But there's been this whole thing that's taken place over the past few years where people absolutely believe that there is a right
to not be offended. To not hear something.
And especially if it's over airwaves and stuff like that. They think that the FCC, they can complain to the FCC and say they were offended by something and absolutely think that the FCC will go, hey, fuck you.
Well, I subscribe to the thought that laughter really is the best medicine.
It's straight talking, Jim.
Yeah, right. I don't want to get too serious.
I got an email once because of the Catholic Church video that I have on YouTube where I go to the church and find out that they completely exist to fuck boys in the ass.
Hilarious, by the way.
And fucking hysterical.
And I've gotten a number of emails about that, and less than I thought I would.
Wow.
But it's funny that most people that complain about it, they'll say, Jesus is Lord and you've offended him, and I'm going to crack your fucking head open, you motherfucker. Yeah. Like, I get that all the time.
Which is really an odd
say, from a Christian point of view, you've hurt Jesus, and I'm going to fucking split your head open, you cunt. Like, they're so profane and so threatening.
That forgiveness shit goes out the window when it comes to religion.
But anyway, one guy wrote to me and said, my uncle is a Catholic priest and you insulted him. And I wrote him back and I said, no, I don't know your uncle.
It's not like I insult him.
No,
personally.
I made a broad joke about a whole group, and it's got nothing to do with your uncle. And he wrote back and said, I know, and then we wrote back and forth, and we figured it out.
And you two fagged out? What happened? I don't like the end of that story.
I got to interrupt because we got Ron Perlman outside the studio.
He's out at 8:15.
He only has a few minutes, so we should get him in.
I'd like to be a better person. I would. I'd like to be a better person. And I think I'm getting worse as a person. Because as you get older, you start finding out, let me give you an example before I rented a car a couple of weeks ago in Los Angeles, had the car for a few days, and then when I went home, I had to drop the car at the rental place. You got to go to the rental place that's off the airport, give them the car, give them your thing with the mileage, you got to get on a bus, and then go to your terminal and check in. I was late, and I was worried about missing my flight, so I knew I had no time to do any of that. So I never did this before. I just drove my car right to the terminal and just left it there. And I got on the plane. And once I was on the plane and I had a little moment, I called Hertz and I said, hey, listen, your car is sitting out in front of Terminal 4 and the keys are in it. So that's where it is. And the guy was like, you can't do that. You have to return it to this location and then get... And I go, well, I didn't do that already. And now I'm leaving California. So if you want your car, you need to go to that place where it is. And he was like, oh, Jesus, man. All right, we'll get it. And that was the end of it. And I realized I could do this every time. Every time I rent a car, because of course they want you to do all that shit. But if you don't, they still want the car back. They're gonna send a dude. You could drive a car till you don't want it, just get out of it while it's moving and just walk away. Well, I don't feel like being in that car any longer. Just call Hertz, hi, your car is drifting into the intersection of 28th and Broadway. If you're interested, it's now your problem. But see, this is a terrible realization because you should act in a way that if everybody acted that way, things would work out. You should, because it would be mayhem if everybody was like that. And most people kind of don't care. Most people are very selfish. Most people don't give a shit what happens as long as they get to do their favorite thing. People don't even want to back off from their favorite thing. They won't even do their second favorite thing. Like, you ever seen somebody like they're at an intersection and they want to make a left, but they're in the all the way right lane because they messed up. So now okay, here's the guy. He's in the right lane and there's a lot of cars, like 6th Avenue, like a lot of cars. And he wants to make that left. So what does he do? He just does it anyway. He just goes ahead and he just shoves his car through everybody's life without any... And everybody's honking and outraged. And you always see the guy go, I have to. There's no other possible thing I could do. What else could I do except go up one more block and then go left and take 4 seconds? That's not my favorite way, though. That only meets 99% of my criteria. But I'm selfish. I would like to be a better person because I got kids. And I want to, pass on a better... But sometimes it's not clear what the right thing is to do. Like one time I threw a candy wrapper on the street. And I didn't do it like, yeah. I just... yeah, take that shit, street. I did it because I was, like shaking. I wanted the candy. Anyway, I was with a friend who said to me, you just littered on the street. Don't you care about the environment? And I thought about it and I said, you know what? This isn't the environment. This is New York City. This is not the environment. This is where people live. New York City is not the environment. New York City is a giant piece of litter. It's like the giantest, next to Mexico City, the shittiest piece of litter in the world. Just a pussy, runny, smoking, stinking piece of litter. So if you have a piece of litter, what are you supposed to do with it? You should throw it on the pile of litter. Because if you don't, if you put it in a receptacle, then it gets collected and it gets taken to a dump in a landfill and then or it goes on a boat and it goes out and gets dumped in the ocean and some dolphin wears it as a hat on its face for 10 years. This hat that never dissolves on its face. Oh. Jesus. I mean, everything that we introduce to the world is shitty. Meaning white people. Because I really think that white people are from like another planet. Because when we came to America, it was so nice. It was just Indians, and they weren't even Indians. We called them that by accident, and we still call them that. Like we knew in a month that it wasn't Indians, but we just don't give a shit. We never correct it. We came here, they're like, hi, and we're like, hey, you're Indians, right? And they're like, no. No, this is India, right? No, it's not, it's totally other place. You're not Indians? No. Ah, you're Indians. You're Indians for hundreds of years after. We ruined everything here. This was it was just coast to coast, just green and brown and beautiful. And all the humans were just walking around with painted faces, just walking. And they'd be like, ooh, that looks yummy. And then they just eat from the ground. And then they'd sleep on the grass. And they'd wake up and they'd fuck. And then they'd go for a swim and do a little dance. That was the whole continent, was just folks doing that. I mean, there was people in Mexico cutting off kids' heads and rolling them down the pyramid stairs. But that's always going on. What are you gonna, you can't do a whole lot about that. But I think we came from another planet, and the reason is because we don't like it here. I mean, why, if we're from here, if we belong on Earth, why aren't we comfortable on Earth at all? We need nice, smooth surfaces and right angles, and we need it to be cool and not too hot, that's just perfect. Like, why wouldn't, when it's hot, why wouldn't we just, yeah, fuck it? Why wouldn't we be like that if we belong here? And it's weird because people that aren't, whatever you call there's environmentalists, and then there's people who are whatever, they just hate environmentalists. But that's what people get angry at environmentalists, because they think they're slowing down the economy and creating restrictions. And a lot of these people are Christian. A lot of these people are very devout Christians. And that's such a confusing thing to me, that if you believe that God gave you the earth, that God created the earth for you, why would you not have to look after it? Why would you not think that when he came back, he wouldn't go, what the fuck did you do? I gave this to you, motherfucker. Are you crazy? The polar bears are brown. What did you do to the polar bears? Did you shit all over every polar bear? Who did this? Who spilled this shit? Who spilled this? Come over. Did you fucking spill this? What is that? It's oil. It's just some oil. I didn't mean to spill. Well, why did you take it out of the fucking ground? Because I wanted to go faster. I'm not fast enough. And I was cold. What the fuck do you mean cold? I gave you everything you needed, you piece of shit. Well, because jobs. What is a job? Explain to me, what's a fucking job? You work at a place, and when people call when their game doesn't work, and you help them figure it out. What do you do that for? For money. What do you need money for? Food. Just eat the shit on the floor. I left shit all over the floor. Fucking corn and wheat and shit. Grab it up, make some bread. What are you doing? Yeah, but it doesn't have like bacon around it, and like I like when it has like bacon on it and
All right. Hey, moving on. Louis's got a couple daughters there. He's an incredible father.
Oh.
And you know, you don't like people to know that?
What? No, I was just an incredible father. No, thank you.
You really are.
Throwing back.
See, what he's saying is you're not a credible father.
You're incredible.
I'll tell you why I know that you're an incredible father.
Why?
Because in the middle of doing some great radio with us, you'll stop everything and make 1 million people wait so you could answer your daughter's question in the background.
Sure.
And this happened on many occasions. Instead of saying, shut up, Daddy's killing, I'll get to you in a minute.
Sure.
You stop the whole process to make sure she's okay.
Yeah, because she doesn't care I'm on the radio.
Right.
She needs to know if... The other day, I was walking with my daughter, the 6-year-old, and we had just come from this school picnic she had, and we were there with her sister and her mom, who I'm now divorced from. But we were all there together. Aww. And then we were walking away, and she stopped and looked kind of somber and said, Daddy, can I ask you a question? And I thought, oh, wow, this is going to be heavy.
Heavy stuff.
Like, she's deep in thought. She looked really serious.
Yeah.
And I actually got on a knee, and I said, of course you can ask me a question. And she said, how many seconds an hour? And I said, oh, well, honey, your mother doesn't love you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now you say you're divorced. It's all
No, we're separated.
You're going through the thing.
I just like saying divorced. It feels good. I mean, we just haven't done it.
Get used to it, yeah.
We haven't set a date yet. But,
looking forward to it.
It is exactly the same as getting married on the other end.
It's on the tail end of it, yeah.
Like when you're getting married, when you truly love each other, you're like, well, we'll have the wedding at some point. Like, we don't really care. We're, like engaged couples that kind of don't get around to it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's say, oh, no, I mean, we hate each other, but at some point we'll put it on paper. We're going to have a small divorce. Just go to City Hall.
Yeah.
Just the two of us.
Don't want a lot of people being involved.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do you think this is going to be a messy divorce?
No, I don't think, because we're doing it together. And anybody who's getting, the only reason I say this on the air, because I think it's important, if you get divorced with kids, you should do it with a mediator. If you get two lawyers, the lawyers want you to fight to the maximum level.
Of course they do.
So they'll tell you.
That's smart.
Because there's nothing in it for the lawyers if it's solved right away.
No.
The longer it goes, they get their
it's the worst
piece of the action.
It's the worst possible way, because when you have kids, if you're divorced and you have kids, you're still combined you're still a family.
Yeah, you have now this permanent attachment to this woman
forever,
no matter what.
Forever. She will always be the third most important person in my life, even if I get remarried.
I am so glad I didn't have kids.
Yeah, no,
I am so glad I never have. I just ship off checks, and even that will end.
Yeah, and if we had two lawyers, they would both tell us the most contentious version of our rights, so that we would fight each other, and then and also it's.
Wait, Lou, how does a mediator get paid? How do you guys pay a mediator as opposed to a lawyer getting a percentage? How does a mediator?
We pay him per the hour. We go every week to this guy. And we
together?
Yeah.
And how is that?
And they kind of divvy stuff up.
Well, and we talk about our schedule with the kids. There's a lot of, there's an ongoing process of raising the kids.
But are you looking at each other like, I hate you, or is it like very...
Well, there's times in mediation, I don't hate her. And actually, we've grown to be pretty, we get along better now, for sure. I don't hate her. Never have. But, when I'm in mediation, I mostly talk to him. Like, I've actually gone through whole sessions where I don't. She could have been wearing a Nixon mask, and I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting there. I would have never gone, whoa, hey, that's weird. Why'd you do that? But,
lawyers will just rip you to pieces, make you hate the other person.
Yeah, and also it doesn't make sense financially, because there's a bunch of things that, there's going to be some formula of how much am I paying in child support, and how much am I paying in alimony, and how much of it is this enhanced earnings thing.
Oh.
And those three are different tax rates and stuff, so it's better for the family in general if I boost, I don't know which one is less taxes. Yeah. But if it was lawyers, they would just try to get these maximum amounts for her, and it wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? So we can actually, we all gotta live together. So we're doing it with this guy, and we make all the agreements for the divorce together, but then it's written as a contract and it's binding by law.
My divorce trial lasted.
A court, we can force each other to do it. Once we've agreed to it, it's exactly like a divorce settlement. It's the same thing, but we just did it jointly.
Is the mediator a lawyer?
He's he's a guy who's part therapist, part lawyer, part a bunch of things. He just knows everything.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Right.
More people are doing it your way too. They're seeing
the only way to do it.
It's the way to go.
It's the only way
Anthony,
to do it.
My actual divorce trial lasted probably 20 minutes, before I just sat down. I was in the stand, and I'm being questioned, and I just said, no, stop this. I'm going to settle.
Right.
I'm just going to walk into a room with the ex, sit her down, no lawyer in there, no nothing, and go, okay.
What do you want?
We got to settle this because I can't go through this.
It's awful.
It's horrid. And you do wind up really legitimately hating the person.
Oh, definitely. No, it's the worst thing in the world.
Ugh.
Because you couldn't possibly feel more anger towards anybody than an ex-spouse.
No.
There's nobody you could that is the worst person on the planet.
And being filtered through a lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
And no one can take more from you than someone who you were supposed to share everything with the rest of your life.
Oh.
and who now you're not going to.
I was driving home so many times where I was just, it was all consuming.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'd be driving home with anger.
Yeah.
Just anger and just wishing awful, horrible things.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
No, it is terrible. And the guy told us, the mediator's helped me a lot. In one sense, he's given me perspective on the thing. Cause like one time we were talking about some issue and I'm telling him really like, I feel like I'm saying something really dramatic right now. This is like something I'm opening up and saying that I haven't said in 15 years with her. And he has, I'm going to really make him understand this. And as I'm saying this really big stuff, I realize that he's sort of staring at my eyes and then my nose and then he's drifting. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he goes, like he's just surprised all of a sudden to be in the room. Because he was falling asleep. And I'm looking at him, he's looking at me really intently and then all of a sudden he goes, what? And I realized that he's been falling asleep while I'm talking. Because I'm boring. And we're boring. The whole thing is boring and common and
he's
stupid.
heard it all.
He's heard it all. He's seen it all.
Yeah. And also, who cares? Like, I think it's this big thing I'm going through. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just another couple breaking up. Shut up.
That's what that's the same thing I thought about the trial. Like I'm thinking, I'm talking to my lawyer and I'm going, I got this. I was thinking about this all night. What if this and strategy? And it's like, no. You don't seem to understand. This is a formula thing.
No.
This is a math problem. This has nothing to do with you. No one's going to barge into the courtroom and say, Your Honor, I have evidence that's going to. It's this and this, and they take a little slide rule, and they do that, and that's what happens.
No, it's just America taking another dump in the love statistics.
Yeah, that's it. You're a stat. Congrats. Congrats, statistic.
High statistic. How are you? High 70%.
Yeah.
Is it up to 70 now?
I think it's about that.
We really got to hit that 100% mark where nothing ever works out.
I remember when it was like 50 or 60. Now they're saying 70?
I might be saying that.
Wow. The divorce rate?
I might be making it up. Don't get excited.
Wow. That's pretty high.
She's still saying wow. I'm admitting
it doesn't matter. You said it. Now it's out there. You just threw it through this microphone. It went out the airwaves, and now it's fact.
Find that stat there, Stone Brain.
This is what my ex-wife. How nice does that sound? That's what it was like with her. That she'd get mad at me because she'd assume I did something.
Yeah.
She'd go like, "You didn't call the pediatrician, did you?" Like, she would never ask me, "Hey, did you call the pediatrician?" She goes, "You didn't call him, did you?"
Didn't call,
and then I'd go, "Yeah, I called him. I went, he gave me a script. I went and got him, and the kid's on this stuff already, and we're set to go." And she'd go, "Oh, okay, because I thought, you know what? I thought you're not going to do it, and I have to do everything." And she'd yell at me anyway.
Like, wait, no, I did it.
But I did do it. Yeah, but you never do, though.
But I did, though.
But I did, though. So you can't. But you're still so that's what this guy does. That's what Mayor Menino does.
I would make a conscious effort to do certain things that I was told I didn't do. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't do enough of, or didn't do it. So you make this conscious effort to do it.
Right.
And then, if you slip up once,
yeah,
everything you did when you were doing it is negated, and all of a sudden it goes right back to, you never do this.
No, that's exactly right. That's when you realize you're not storing equity with anybody.
No, you're not.
And that means you can't repair a situation. That means that somebody's mad at you because they're miserable. That's when you realize it's got nothing to do with you.
Then it's time to leave.
It does, yeah.
It's just gotta go.
When you get to that point where I'm actually changing and repairing some of my faults, but they still exist in this person's brain.
Yeah.
Because they didn't exist in the reality to begin with.
Yeah, I'm really I'm
actually a much better person than they
trying to do something. It's like, okay, all right, not attentive enough for some certain thing. So you become very attentive of this thing, make up for it and stuff. And then the one day you screw up, you fall off the wagon of being attentive.
Yeah.
You are never attentive.
No, that's exactly
No, but do a Vulcan mind meld on me. You'll read that I was actually consciously trying.
Yep.
No, you never.
No,
you
never
weren't.
have. You never do.
That's too much pressure.
Time to
It
leave.
is too much pressure. No, one big component of contention we had was anytime I would go to work, I was leaving her with the kids. Like anytime I would go to work, by the way, to pay bills,
To get stuff.
stuff that food, so people wouldn't die.
Die.
Can you give
But
me a break? I'm actually going to work.
Yeah,
So
but you go
feed
to work
our
so that you have
kids.
water and you don't have kidney failure and die and get all bloated and purple.
and that was the problem, going to work.
But anyway, so sometimes I would go, I would actually say, like, you know what, I'm not going to take any extra gigs or run out, and I'm going to just, like, stay home for, like, a week, go do the shopping and bring both kids with me to do the shopping, like, do everything I can for this X amount of days to totally take the pressure off of her. And then, like, after a huge amount of time of doing that, I'd go, okay, I'm going to run out and do a show. And what am I supposed to do? She goes, what am I supposed to do? What, you're leaving me here? I'm like, wow.
No equity.
None at all. It's like you have a bank account where you put in money all the time. You go back and they go, no, you're not nothing.
There's nothing in
You
there.
have negative $10. I was here 2 days ago. I made a $100,000 deposit. No, you didn't, jerk.
No, nothing.
You never do that. Like if the bank could be moody,
That would be them.
just take your money.
No, you never put money in
No,
this
you didn't.
account.
No, I really.
No, but I
did.
did. I put a lot in recently.
I did.
Well, the past week I didn't put any in.
Yeah.
But I've been putting it. No, you never did.
You never did. But I have footage of me putting. Oh, you with your footage. Ugh.
Well, you're out of that.
Ugh.
You're out of it.
I love it. Ugh.
Can I ask you a question? What's
Yeah.
one of, maybe you can't think of the most, because what's one of the angriest you ever were at your spouse?
Boy, that's really hard to say.
We're one of them. I know that there's probably not one like
No, it's like the Woody Allen's joke about my parents only hit me once. They began beating me in 1947 and then finished in 1962 or something like that.
You can't really pick out that special
or
moment.
Whatever, Don Gavin in Boston who said I tried coke once for 15 years or whatever. It's like that. It's like it wasn't me being angry at her. It was just a miserable 15-year misunderstanding.
But I mean, what one where you're like,
15 years of just slip-up miscommunication.
There doesn't ever seem to be this defining one, wow, that was a real bad one. It's just this underlying miserable.
Here's what it was
you're
like.
Stuck.
Yeah, here's what it was. It's just every day. It was like, okay, Anthony, say you're just something really exciting happened for you. Like you just got your own TV show.
Hey, yeah.
Pretty good news.
All right, let's just say.
So you come home to bring this news home.
Oh, God.
Okay?
Yeah.
So just start, because you're excited.
Yeah.
You just start saying, I just got called by HBO, and this is what's going to happen, and okay, and I'm your wife reacting to this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Honey, you're not going to believe this. HBO called. I got the show. This is going to be fantastic. I'm going to be have a show that this is going to.
You're actually hurting my ears because you talk quieter. You're actually hurting me. You're just talking really loud. Could you just talk softer?
Oh, you want a little softer?
Yes, yeah. So could you talk softer?
Well, HBO called, and they picked up the show.
I don't know what what does that mean? You always assume I know everything about what does that mean.
God, are you kidding? Are you kidding?
Oh, God.
And then eventually you go,
forget it.
Forget it. What do you mean forget? No, don't start saying I don't appreciate what you do. Don't go there. Look, I'm going to go outside. And then you go outside, and you go around the corner of the house, you smoke a cigarette, and you stand there going, what do I... And you tell the dog. I used to tell my dog good news.
And the dog would be excited for you.
Dog was
His tail's wagging.
Whapping her tail on the floor.
You just
looking
knew
up
the
at me.
dog was excited for you.
So, hey,
listening as you lob like on the peanut butter.
yeah, exactly.
Slather it on.
All right, now go to work.
Whack on. I suck.
Oh, that is horrible.
Let's go to Max in Dallas. Max, you're on the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Man, I love Louis C.K. He is my favorite comic. Dude, you are a funny bastard.
Thank you.
But I had a question for you. Did your soon-to-be ex ever play that, I call it the psychic game with you? You come in, and she doesn't say nothing to you, and you look at her, and you go, what's wrong? And she goes, you know what she did.
Psychic game.
I don't know what I did.
Why don't you tell me what I did?
Yeah, and then I always used to say, well, you know what? Whatever it is I did, I hope I do it again 10 more times just to piss you off.
Sounds like you might be part of the problem, sir.
Yeah, perhaps.
What can I say?
I don't know. This is all softball stuff to me. This is all the usual. This is all that's surmountable.
Yeah.
That's dealable withable.
Well, let's go to Brooklyn. Tony's got something. Tony, what do you got?
Louis C.K., you get the props of the day because you are right on the money. There is no equity bank for your feelings, and whatever you think you're going to do right, you're never going to be right. You are the man, buddy.
Thank you, pal.
All right.
Punch it out.
Hey, we got to go.
Gravity was fucked
Smoking.
Gravity.
That didn't freak you out a little bit?
Well, 3D IMAX High. Like, you know how they have those logos? It should say, like, 3D IMAX High is the best way to see a movie like Gravity.
Yeah.
I didn't otherwise I didn't like the performances.
Right.
And I didn't know why these are the people
That were in the
who
movie?
are being called the astronauts.
Right.
Yeah.
It's two people, and you could have gotten anybody.
They should have just had
It wouldn't
two.
have been these two, terrific, made great contributions to theater of the screen.
Yes, of course.
But why fill their faces with chemicals to make sure they look like astronauts? I mean, you could get, there's so many people.
Right.
And also the idea that she's like a reluctant astronaut. There's no such thing as like someone's like, oh, I mean, the other thing didn't work out, so I'm an astronaut.
Yeah.
And
so
I hate
astronaut
space.
was something to fall back on.
Yeah, I'm so stressed out when I'm in space.
Like a trade.
Yes. This is what would happen if you're like, what she's some scientist. You go to NASA, if you got a interview.
Yeah.
Okay, you be her, okay?
All right.
And I'm going to ask you about how you feel about the program and sound a little hesitant.
Okay.
Okay, so how are you excited to try out to be an astronaut? Get the fuck out of here now. Get the fuck out of my office. There's the greatest people alive do this.
Right.
Everybody
Get the
wants
fuck
that
outta
gig.
here.
And it's their dream from the second they left the womb.
Right.
All they want to do is go
right.
into
They
space.
never gave up on being an astronaut.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're obsessed with being an astronaut and you are the best at everything that you do, you're still going to wash out and not get to space.
Right. Yeah.
And yet this fucking like, ugh. And I get vertigo. No, you don't. Fuck you. And I don't know, whatever. And then, but when you're that fucking stoned, and you're in the picture and you're going inside of the helmet, looking at the world from inside the helmet, it's pretty cool.
Not a freak out though. You're not a freak out pot guy where it's like, this is like fucking freaking me out.
No, because they don't know I'm watching them, so they're not interacting with me. If I interact with human beings who are looking at me, I
freak
don't
out
like
a little bit.
That would be the thing.
Yeah.
The vastness of space thing would get me a little.
No, I could fall right into that. I was excited.
Okay.
Except for I was getting also irritated by the lack of truth with the physics. Because they had an opportunity to teach people physics.
Right. Where did they fail?
Were they
Just a
really
bunch of
off?
shit.
There was a couple of times where they said they were off, like when they were holding each other's fingers. They said all she would have had to do in real life was just pull back gently, and he would have come right back.
That's right. There's the whole, basically, the entire crux of the drama of the movie was a giant fuck you to physics.
Physics.
The idea that she's holding him and there's some force pulling him more and more, like an increasing force from what? There's nothing.
Centrifugal force, was it?
No, I don't think so.
Were they spinning?
Nope.
No, they weren't.
They weren't
then
spinning.
Yeah. Okay. Well, although if she pulled like
a teeny bit, he would have come right back.
But
and also, when
she would have gone
spinning,
forward too.
when she's spinning, and she's going, oh God, close your fucking eyes, close them. you're not feeling it. You're not feeling yourself spin.
Right.
Close your eyes.
Yeah.
That's all you
Because
would
the
have to
Earth
do.
is doing this.
It's
spinning
all
around.
relative to
Close your eyes
like
for
the Earth. So
60 seconds.
yeah.
She wouldn't even have to be reminded. But even, honey, close your eyes. All right. Okay, good. I'm good.
Everything's fine now.
Good.
That's a good point. But I wouldn't have thought of that if I was spinning away into nothingness either. She probably just forgot.
She forgot.
Yeah, no, she's clumsy and forgetful.
Hesitant.
She's like Lucy.
When George asked her where she's from, like when they know all that, that took me out of the movie. I'm like, they would know all that before they went up there, right? But so tell me about you. Where are you
They
from?
would know everything about
Every
each
detail.
other.
What did they talk about during the training? He just kept saying, your cunt stinks a lot. That's all he talked about in the training was how her
That
cunt
was the
was.
first 1,000 things he said. 1,001 was where you from.
Yeah,
Where
do
you
you have
from?
any kids ever fall out of that dump?
Yeah, and guess what? If you have like a background that's edgy, like your son died,
Right.
they want, we're not putting you in space.
Right.
That's going to come up.
That could be a problem.
Yeah,
It's going to come
you're
up.
going to bum everybody out with that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need you up there all of a sudden waxing fantastic about your kid
No.
and
Worthless.
fucking things up.
No,
Well,
billions of dollars that shit costs up there.
they had a
They need boring, steel, fucking nerved people.
Right. You ever watch some of those guys on camera when they're having the spacewalk? Like they got to replace that giant cooling unit that's the size of a refrigerator. Their dialogue back and forth is just the most
Mundane.
technical, dull,
right.
Yeah.
fucking, the bolt is out.
Right.
Well, like
Right.
if you ever listen to black box recordings to fall asleep
Yeah,
at night.
yeah.
Have you ever jack off to black box recordings?
Yes. Yeah, voice recording.
Yes, they have some on YouTube and
I've
stuff.
seen. I've actually was listening to some of those just last week.
Yeah.
I swear. They're
Well,
fucking
they are
tragic.
the
Challenges are
pilots,
going, right.
even in the worst conditions, are
Yeah.
steel until the very last second.
Yeah, then you got
They're
the
like,
old,
okay, we're going to try this. We're going to try this. This didn't work. This didn't work. The wing came off. We're going down. We're 50 yards from the ground. It's the last sound. It's like,
It is the last.
But they're not
right
panicking.
before it, they're like, we'll try this. We'll
Yeah.
try this.
Yeah.
That's what all pilots are like. And people in space are like the 0.00001% best of those people.
Right.
That's
Crazy.
exactly what it was.
That guy
too.
Sully, who landed the plane on the Hudson,
yeah.
steel nerves, he would have washed out. He would have never made it.
Never would have made it to
No.
space.
Yeah.
Something fucked up there. He would have been fucked. But meanwhile, in the plane, we're not going to make it. We're in the river.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
We're going to
pretty
try
calm.
the river.
We're going to try the river.
We're going to try the river.
That's literally what he said.
Right.
Well,
don't get to precede your shows with a soliloquy about the context.
I really am a naive 8-year-old.
You know what I mean? It's like every time I've edited, when you put together, but it's a good question because when you put together shows, whenever I've edited something with someone else, one of the reasons I love doing my show is that I edit it myself, because when you edit with somebody and they're doing something that's not working, and you go, or when somebody shows me something of theirs, like if I have a friend who's doing a TV show and they show me a cut of it, and I go, this part was confusing, I'm not getting that. And then they explain it to me. No, see, this is from before when he did the thing and that when I showed that. And I always say to them, well, as long as you're sitting next to every viewer giving that explanation, then go ahead and cut it that way. But people take stuff in this raw way. And most people don't really remember what they saw, and most people don't really they take in about 60% of what they're watching. So I think the context of Lucky Louie was that no show looked like it. No one knew why the fuck we would make a show that looks like that. And no one had ever seen a show that had a basic 3-camera family format where we would say cunt and fuck.
Laughs too, by the way. I went back and forth with the critic because the laughs were so booming that people thought, and this is one of the things I loved about you, is that you would never sweeten, and you did not, like a lot of times we would do a joke, it didn't work.
Yeah.
And you'd come to me and go, all right, what do you got? Let's try something else. We would try something else. Sometimes that would work, sometimes it wouldn't. But you always left it. If the joke didn't get a 9, you left it as a 6. You didn't change. Those were real laughs.
Well, a show is supposed to have a ebb and flow. Any scene in any show should have a quiet part, a loud part, explosions, parts where you come back a little bit. It's like watching a baseball game. You're watching a game develop. You're watching the show, you're watching a guy's at-bat develop. You're watching him work the count to 3-1, whatever it is. And then you know, wow, there's potential now because there's 3-1. Oh, fuck, he missed. So now now it's even potential. You're watching this, and then when the guy hits a home run, it's a huge victory. But the way people make TV now is that they just wanted to. I mean, what would it be like if every baseball game was just home runs?
Right.
Home runs. There, no, not even outs. Just till everybody gets tired and goes home.
Yeah,
it's boring. So to me, a show should have this natural feeling to it, which our show did. A scene would develop. Some parts would work, some parts wouldn't. Some parts would explode, and it would mean something. Instead of this, every TV show now just has exactly the same laugh for every joke. Ha, ha, ha. It's unwatchable to me.
It's awful.
But it is what TV has been. And had been when Lucky Louie came on. What was that? 2005.
It might have been 6 or 5 or 6. Yeah, it might have been 5.
So I'm going to say there was a good 25 years of TV made exactly the same way. How the fuck do you beat that? I mean, how do you come on and not be seen as just a jarring, strange, and intelligent people didn't understand it. Intelligent people said there's a laugh track. I mean, we even had us saying, like when they did in Happy Days, when Happy Days came on, there was a credibility problem for sitcoms because of the laugh track. They had overused the laugh track. So Gary Marshall on the Three's, not Three's Company, Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley, they had one of the characters say Happy Days was filmed before a live audience. They said it out loud. Yes. They didn't even print it. They said it out loud to make sure you knew that they're not fucking, that these laughs are real. We did the same thing. We felt like we needed to do this.
Pam would do it, right?
Pamela did it. I did it. Did you ever do one?
I never did one, no.
And then we did that, and people would, fucking professional TV reviewers would watch the show, hear that with their ears, and they would write canned laughter.
You know what's and this is what they didn't see, is a lot of times before the show, you'd go out and talk to the audience, and I remember you saying something to the effect of, don't laugh if you don't think it's funny. If you think it's funny, laugh. If you don't think it's funny, don't laugh. You kind of told the crowd it was okay just to relax and react naturally, which to me just makes people feel comfortable to laugh.
Well, I still say that when I film stand-up for my show now, because a lot of my show has me doing stand-up at the club, at the Comedy Cellar, I tell that audience, because every audience thinks they're an actor in the show. But they're supposed, because you go to like Letterman or TV tapings, and they tell you to really go nuts. And I don't think anything sickens me more than manufactured enthusiasm. People when, this guy, woo, and they all go fucking bananas.
Oh, it's hard.
You're left out of it. I don't think anyone, I mean, like, I remember when I did the first time I did produced my own special was Chewed Up, and the producers said, we want you to look like you're a rock star when you walk on that stage. And I said, why? I'm not. I'm a comedian, and when I'm watching something, I don't like Dane's special Vicious Circle when it comes out to and there's a stadium of people cheering him on. If you're a new viewer and you don't know who this guy is, you're like, well, I guess this is some party I missed, because I just want to watch a person go on and earn their credibility from scratch. So I tell the audiences at the Comedy Cellar, don't have it. You're here because I'm doing a show for you. You're the audience. So make me earn it. Don't laugh if it's not funny.
I also feel embarrassed when they're too hyped up and I walk out. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to live up to this. And I know you were put up to it.
Yeah, exactly.
When they do a special, I went bananas when I just used it, shooting for HBO. Yeah. And they were having, we were doing Down and Dirty, and they were having the audiences laugh. Give us a laugh. And the crowd laughs.
That's the worst thing in the world. And I've had fights with directors about that they want to get laughs for editing purposes. If you can't edit a concert without those extra laughs, you're a fucking moron. It's hard. It's a challenge. Like, I've had moments where you're trying to make an edit in a special that's got a hiccup in it, and you go find a piece of a laugh somewhere else to use, or a piece of applause, and it never ends up working anyway. You end up just doing another cut. But when they do that to an audience, they make an audience feel like assholes, and they lose a lot of your credibility before you come out.
Because then they then the reaction becomes almost like when someone pokes you, you go, ow! It's almost like, they understand the rhythm of the punchline.
Yes.
And it's not fucking natural.
They're not listening anymore.
It's so encouraging to see that, because it's like, you didn't clean up, you didn't fucking change who you are, you're still the same fucking despicable wretch, and it's like, you're doing it, I was like your way, but you're doing what you want to do, and it's fucking working, man. And it's like, what inside of you gives you the fucking ability to do that and not just go, fuck this, I'm humiliated, I can't do it.
Well, it's every failure I've ever had, because I have failed hard, and I've been the center of negative attention, at least twice, with Pootie Tang and Lucky Louie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that enjoyed trashing that show.
Yeah, they did, right? It was fucking irritating.
And there was people that attacked it unnecessarily. I remember after we were on the air for 8 months, we had weathered this storm. There was this feeling like we had our bad reviews, we had our good reviews, and with that information, the American public is deciding to watch the show. We're growing. And then a reviewer here in New York, David Abancooley,
scumbag.
He didn't review the show. The Daily News, his paper, had reviewed it with another reviewer who said positive things about it. He didn't write a review and analyzing the show, which I think is what critical writing is supposed to be, analysis of art. I think it's a legitimate field to be an expert in television, watch TV shows, and then write an analysis. When your critics are supposed to do this, write what the show is like, describe it from a professional point of view. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just a viewer, but this is what this show is. I don't think it works because of these reasons. Here's the historical context of it. It's much like this show, much like this other. Here's what I think they're trying to do. Here's where I think they fail.
Right.
But he didn't do that. He wrote, one of these reviewers believe that they should be affecting how TV's made, and they think they should, they like that power. So he wrote an article that the gist of it was HBO needs to cancel Lucky Louie, even though it only has 4 episodes left. And even though HBO doesn't need to cancel shows because they don't sell advertising, if you have a show that's ratings are poor, the advertisers are losing money. So you have to cancel it before it's finished. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
HBO is a subscription service,
right,
and it doesn't have a reason to cancel. There's by canceling a show. And our ratings were increasing. So David Bianculli wrote, they should cancel the show to make a statement that they know the show is a mistake. And he put people's fucking jobs on the line. He doesn't, you know what I mean? If you don't like a show, that's one thing. And if you write and trumpet your hatred for a show, you're welcome to do it. But there are people who like it, and there are people who are making it, and it's their life. Like, it was just, to me, it was like a way overstepping. Like, who the fuck needs to read this?
Didn't he get? He's not with the Daily News.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think he was fired, or
might be a guy who I'd read something else of his that I would, but he took this.
No, I detest him. I hope he has a lump somewhere.
Reason to fucking write that, and I wrote him an email telling him that I objected and that I erased it. I've done that a lot. I've written a lot of angry emails and erased them just as a way to get it out. But anyway, you asked me something a long time ago. The point is, I've been the center of attention, of negative attention, a couple of times. I've had my worst nightmare come true, and I survived it. It didn't hurt me as badly as I thought it would, and indeed, I gained every time, gained hugely, and I wouldn't trade those bad experiences for anything. So what that tells me is when I start trying something, the bad version of it, I could take it. Like, I have no fear because my worst fears have been realized, and it wasn't so bad. It would be like if you started boxing and you're like, I'm afraid to get punched in the face. Anybody is. And your first few times you get punched in the face, you're like, I don't hate this.
Right.
And I'm good at the boxing.
And I'm not dead.
I'm not dead. I don't hate it. And I'm succeeding sometimes. Why? This is what I'm going to do. Do you know what I mean?
And you have complete control here.
Oh, at FX is totally unbridled control. But it comes with good. I mean, it comes with credibility. I've had failures, but I've turned shit out. And by the way, the 2 failures that I've had have both, in my view, been vindicated by people watching. People still watch like.
I always seem to get in trouble with people. I don't know what happens to me. I was in traffic once, and a guy behind me lost his mind. That ever happen to you? The guy behind you in traffic just decides that you're the problem. It's you. I don't know what happened. I'm sitting in this car, and there's 50 cars ahead of me before any light. And the guy behind me just starts beep, 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 beep. I look at him, and he's honking just at me. He's amazed that I'm not going. He's going, go, Jesus! me just go! Screaming out his window at me. Like I'm driving all 50 cars there, you know? I'm pushing them like shopping carts in a parking lot. What does he think? He keeps yelling, go! And I'm trying to do that thing. What? I can't. What do you want? What do you want? Why are you... But it just made him madder. He was like purple and crazy. And I'm laughing at him, you know, till he gets out of his car. He's one of these guys, gets out of his car, comes up to my car, starts screaming at me, move it! Move it! And what am I gonna say back? What's gonna be my argument that's gonna make him see clearly, you know? Well, I can't because of all the cars. I'm not able to get through the cars because they're solid. They're made of solid material. You know what I mean? And he's going to go, oh, yeah, oh, no, I didn't know they were solid. That's right. Yeah, you can't drive through the cars. I'll just go back to my car and wait. I'm sorry. That's not going to happen. But he kept yelling at me, so I just decided, you know what? I'm going to argue with this guy. I'll argue with him, but I'm going to argue about something else. I'm not going to have his argument. I'm going to have mine. So he goes, move it! And I go, well, give me back my jacket! And he stopped. And I was like, yeah, you got my jacket! Give it back! Now! I want it! He got scared. Got back in his car and he locked his doors. So, you know, that's what I do from now on. I was talking to my this guy Jerry that I know, and he's one of these guys. You know those people who they sound like they're happy for you, but they sound like they're in pain also. You know people that talk like that. He's like, hey, what's going on? And I go, well, my sister is getting married. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's terrific. Yeah, and I think we're gonna have a baby. Oh my God! Ah!